Now, we heard yesterday none other than Kevin Stefanski pretty much say Shedeur Sanders has not been getting first-team reps because Dylan Gabriel is a rookie quarterback and he need pretty much a majority of all the damn reps. That was his answer to why Shedeur Sanders has not been getting first-team reps. Now, today, we got Tommy Rees, the offensive coordinator, kind of doubling down on these comments in regards to Shedeur Sanders not getting reps. I don't know, but I'm telling you this. I said it once, and I'll say it again. Shedeur need to get the hell out of...
Was the backup, you said he was getting some number one reps. Is that true with Shedeur?
No. I mean, with a young quarterback, with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of the reps. It's different when you have a veteran like Joe, I would tell you, Tony. But still getting reps in a bunch of periods.
Few people, and when I say few, I mean 4 or 5 people that y'all put in front of the media when y'all ask about Shedeur, other than saying I don't know or no, you actually gave a thought out plan that we can go with. We understand that he's a second string. We understand that he didn't come into the season a second string, but at least be a professional and give us a plan on how you plan on developing him if you're going to be asked these types of questions.
What if I told you the Browns' offensive coordinator just unleashed the boldest truth bomb of the entire season, and it's all about Shedeur Sanders? Yeah, the same kid who's been sitting on the bench longer than a buffering video just had his whole situation laid bare for the world to see. The internet's losing it, fans are furious, and the Browns' locker room? Straight chaos. Cleveland might as well hand out popcorn because this season's turning into a full-blown reality show.
I don't think that's not my place, you know, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even gonna think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, there's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything because I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team.
The Cleveland Browns are famous for 2 things: heartbreak and quarterback drama. Every single year, the city wakes up full of hope, and by midseason, they're already searching online for how to emotionally detach from football. It's practically a tradition at this point. But this time, it hits different, not because of some miracle season, but because the offensive coordinator decided to play philosopher on live TV, breaking down why Shedeur Sanders still hasn't gotten his shot. And when a coach starts talking like a therapist instead of calling plays, you know something's off. Let's be honest, the Browns' quarterback situation has been a soap opera since the 90s. They've had so many guys under center you could make a full 53-man roster just from their old jerseys. And right when it seemed like they might finally find some stability, here comes Shedeur Sanders. Cool, composed, with that golden arm and superstar swagger that says, yeah, I'm ready for the lights. But here's the wild twist. He's not even playing. No shot, no snaps, no chance to prove himself.
Both guys are bought in and doing a good job of working hard and understanding how important those opportunities are, you know, to be ready for the team. So it is a unique situation. I don't know how many times it's probably happened, but probably not a lot. And we have the right 2 guys mentally right now, and their demeanor and how they're prepping and how they're coming to work every day. I think we've put together a good plan, you know, starting with Kevin and then pouring through the rest of the staff to make sure that those guys feel prepared to go.
When reporters asked why, the OC didn't play coy. He dropped a statement so raw it sent shockwaves through Cleveland's fan base. The second those words left his mouth, you could feel the collective gasp from fans who've been begging to see Shedeur start. And what was the reason? Not talent, not effort, just timing. That mysterious football buzzword coaches use when they don't want to say what's really going on. Translation: we have no idea what we're doing, but we'll make it sound strategic. And now the internet's on fire. Fans arguing nonstop, analysts pretending to be stunned, and Brown's Twitter. It's a full-blown meltdown zone. Some fans think the offensive coordinator was just being real, brutally honest even. But others, they think he accidentally exposed the Browns' biggest flaw for everyone to see. This team has no clue how to handle young talent without smothering it first, and that's exactly what's happening to Shedeur Sanders.
Taking no damn 12 reps in a row in team run, 12 reps in a row, team pass, 12 reps in a row on 7-on-7. The backup always gets reps.
Let me push back, T. Let me push back. If the starter is a vet, yes. then the backup gonna get reps. Because when D'Amico Ryans was the number one and I'm his backup, D'Amico Ryans not taking all 12 first team reps. Absolutely not. Acho, get in there for about 8 of them. And the worst part is, I'm gonna take more first team reps than D'Amico, and I ain't finna see the field on Sunday. I'm gonna see the field on kickoff, kick return, punt return. That's it. So if D'Amico's there, yes. But when D'Amico got hurt, and now I'm running with the ones.
The kid came in with everything: hype, poise, leadership, flash, and the name. He's the son of a legend, a walking NIL empire, a brand before he even took a snap. But instead of molding him into the franchise quarterback he could be, the Browns treated him like a collector's item. He's just sitting there, untouched, polished, and unused, like a luxury car the owners are too scared to drive. You can picture those team meetings right now. The OC and head coach sitting around a table with stale coffee, talking about patience and development, while the fans outside are losing their minds screaming, "Just let the man play." And then, that's when it happened. The OC drops his so-called honest take. He claims Shedeur's just not ready yet, that he's still learning, adapting, finding his rhythm. Really? Because the last time anyone checked, no quarterback ever learned greatness by holding a clipboard.
I don't know how many times it's probably happened, but probably not a lot. And we have the right two guys mentally right now in their demeanor and how they're prepping and how they're coming to work every day. I think we put together a good plan, starting with Kevin and then pouring through the rest of the staff to make sure that those guys feel prepared to go play on Sunday.
About the unique ways that you're getting even Shedeur ready to play, because we heard yesterday that Dylan's getting over all the first team reps now.
Yep.
We know about the post practice and stuff like that, but is there anything maybe during the week that you guys are doing that we don't know that's kind of unique to make sure that he's ready to play as well?
Yeah, I'd rather keep probably those in-house, just some of the tactics there. But, there's a lot of walkthrough reps that go around. There's a lot of learning opportunities that go around. There's reps built into practice that are still game plan reps that might not be with the first group all the time. So definitely using all the resources we have to make sure that we maximize them.
That's like telling a pilot he's not ready to fly until he's watched enough takeoffs from the gate. It makes no sense. Meanwhile, every other rookie quarterback in the league is out there making mistakes, learning fast, and getting better under fire. But Shedeur, he's stuck watching and waiting while Cleveland evaluates. The OC's words didn't sound like a plan. They sounded like confusion with a microphone. He accidentally said what everyone's been thinking: Shedeur's not getting a fair shot. Not because he's unprepared or lacking skill, but because this franchise doesn't know how to use him. And when a coach admits that out loud, even by accident, it says everything about how the Browns really operate. Cleveland could have a diamond sitting right in their locker room, but instead of letting it shine, they're still debating if it fits the system. And by system, they really mean a bunch of safe, predictable plays designed to make sure nobody takes the blame when it all goes wrong. It's like buying a sports car and refusing to drive it, because the road might have a few potholes. What's the point? Fans are desperate for energy, something fresh, something bold. Shedeur represents that spark, not just a player, but a symbol of hope that maybe, just maybe, the Browns could finally escape their endless loop of mediocrity. But instead of lighting the fire, the OC gives this depressing trust the process speech, which in Cleveland basically means we're winging it and hoping no one notices.
It doesn't make sense that he's a second string now and he's not getting any first team reps. It also doesn't make sense that he's not being considered to play any games this year, regardless of what we've been hearing. But this is the first time I've actually heard something that has to do with the planning and the development of any of the Browns quarterbacks, especially when it comes to Shedeur. They are being honest. Well, he is being honest. Tommy Rees is being honest with saying that, like, look, he's not going to get a ton of looks, but we're going to maximize whatever we give him. And it's not what we want to hear.
Yet somehow, the Browns treat Shedeur Sanders like he's a high school backup still figuring out how to lace his cleats. It's wild. This isn't some rookie lost in the locker room. It's a polished, proven competitor who's been ready for the lights since day one. And that so-called brutal honesty, it wasn't empowering. It was deflating. Like watching someone admit they lost the playbook halfway through the season but decided to keep calling plays anyway. The OC basically said the quiet truth out loud. Shedeur's not getting a chance because they're not ready to give him one. Not because he's unprepared, but because they are. And honestly, that's the Browns in one sentence. A team that loves potential but fears commitment. They'll draft you, hype you up, plaster your face on every promo, then stash you away like some secret experiment nobody asked for.
Stefanski told reporters that backup quarterback Shedeur Sanders does not take any reps with the first-team offense during practice. Throughout the week, all first-team reps are handled by Dylan Gabriel. He said this was different when Gabriel was the QB2 behind Joe Flacco. Dylan would take first-team reps during practice when Flacco was the starter. So I've seen both sides of the argument here. I've seen that, yes, Dylan Gabriel is a rookie quarterback. You want him taking all of the first-team reps in practice. He needs as many reps as possible. I've seen the other side. Shedeur Sanders is also a rookie. You got him backing up. What if he needs to come into the game midway through on Sunday and he's had no...
It's almost comical at this point. After that honest interview, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Whispers that Shedeur's frustrated, tired of being treated like a long-term project instead of a real competitor ready to go now. And who could blame him? The man's been grinding, studying tape, running drills, staying sharp, showing discipline. Yet the most action he's seen all season is holding a headset and nodding on the sidelines. It's insane. That's like buying front row tickets to a concert and being told to sit in the parking lot for development purposes. Fans see it too. They're watching this offense stumble every week, wondering how much worse it could really get if Shedeur took a few snaps. Spoiler alert, it couldn't get worse. Cleveland's offense looks like a PowerPoint presentation. Slow, stiff, and barely functional. But this is classic Cleveland. Instead of fixing it, they'll probably double down, talking about trusting the curve and respecting the process, as if those phrases actually mean something. They sound professional, but deep down, everyone knows it's just code for, we don't have a clue what we're doing. Meanwhile, Shedeur's just sitting there, quiet and composed, while the whole world talks around him. The coaches discuss him, the media dissects him, the fans debate him, and the one thing he can't do is actually play football. That's the real heartbreak in this saga, and it's wild.
The coordinator, Tommy Reese, set the record straight about Shedeur Sanders' development up there in Cleveland. And also, Mary Kay, the beat writer, the insider for the Cleveland Browns, she gave her side about Shedeur Sanders' development. Oh, Tommy Reese, the offense coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, giving you his take on the two quarterbacks and how he's developing both of them. He said both of them are doing good. They have the two best quarterbacks. They think they are thriving in his offense under the leadership of the head coach, Kevin Stefanski. That's Tommy Reese, the offense coordinator, giving you his take on that.
You'd think after years of quarterback chaos, the Browns would be begging to try something new. But no. They're guarding Shedeur Sanders like he's a national secret, locked behind layers of caution and confusion. It's almost poetic, really. The team famous for not having a quarterback finally gets one. And now they're too scared to use him. That so-called brutal honesty from the offensive coordinator, it wasn't bravery, it was resignation. It sounded like a man who knows the system is broken but can't fix it. Like someone lost in traffic, mumbling while the GPS keeps saying, recalculating. It wasn't strategy, it was surrender. And that one moment of truth might have opened the floodgates, because once you admit a player isn't getting a fair shot...
Unusual to have two quarterbacks that are rookies, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Can you explain how a challenge it is to develop two rookie quarterbacks at the same time?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, especially when you're getting one, you got to get a rookie ready to play in the games to help your team, and then you want to continue to develop the other one's a snap away. So we're all hands on deck. I would say it's a total group effort. Kevin, myself, Musgrave, it's all hands on deck to try to make sure both are ready to play. You have to maximize.
The whole conversation shifts. People aren't asking if Shedeur should start anymore. They're asking why he hasn't already. And that's dangerous for the Browns. Because once fans start demanding answers, that pressure snowballs fast, especially in Cleveland, where loyalty has to be earned, not assumed. Now the whispers are spreading. Trade rumors, new destinations, other teams quietly circling. Imagine another franchise giving Shedeur the keys, letting him loose and watching him shine while Cleveland sits there, stunned, wondering how they let it slip away. It practically writes itself. The kid they benched becomes the one who got away. And let's be honest, if that happens, no one will even be shocked. This is Cleveland we're talking about. a franchise that's been here before. They'll overthink it, play it safe, talk about development timelines, and then act shocked when the guy they never trusted turns into a superstar somewhere else. It's the same story, just a new name on the jersey. Because here's the truth the OC accidentally exposed. The Browns don't have a quarterback problem.
Is there anything to this Shedeur not getting first-team reps?
I think it's a little bit strange.
Yeah. You do think it? So you think it is?
I mean,
okay.
the guy's
All right.
one turned ankle from, one concussion check from upstairs. Drake May had to leave the game for 2 plays last week because the upstairs they thought he had a concussion.
Right.
So how could he not get 1 rep during the week? Now, just because that's the answer doesn't mean that's what's happening, but that struck me.
So you weren't buying what he was saying about, Dylan did because Flacco.
No, I buy that. I buy that he is telling mostly the truth there. It strikes me as strange that your backup quarterback wouldn't get 3 plays over the course. You've been in a lot of football practice.
They've got a courage problem. They're scared to take a risk, scared to hand the ball to a young leader who actually believes he can win. And maybe that's why the city keeps getting its heart broken. Because you can't win in the NFL if you're too afraid to try. Shedeur deserves better. He deserves a chance to learn, to make mistakes, to grow under pressure, not from behind a clipboard. Greatness doesn't come from the sidelines. It's forged under the lights, in real games, when the stakes are high and everyone's watching. That's where stars are made. And if Cleveland can't see that, someone else will. The OC probably thought he was being transparent, but all he really did was confirm what fans have been shouting all year. Shedeur Sanders isn't the one who's not ready. It's the Browns. In this league, boldness wins games. Hesitation loses them. And right now, Cleveland's hesitation is louder than any touchdown celebration. If they don't wake up soon, don't be surprised when Shedeur's rocking another jersey, smiling, starting, and lighting up scoreboards, while Cleveland sits at home wondering how it all slipped away. Because the truth hurts. But nothing stings quite like watching the one that got away become a superstar somewhere else. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because this saga's just getting started.